Hi everybody, this is Odd Samura and today I'm going to be reacting to One Piece episode 1171. So, last time we had um, Luffy and kinda Zoro, but you know, versus Gavan, Scupper Gavan, and it was really cool. It wasn't like an actual, a proper fight, but I still like it in regards to, why it was happening at all, and the way that, what Gavan was thinking as to the purpose of the fight. Because he didn't really want to actually do that. He just wanted to test Luffy and see if he, if he has what it takes to be given the key, but also to have the hat. And then we had Summers and Killingham being introduced. That was really cool. I've been waiting for that. And we also had Shamrock leaving, so that's a goodbye for him for now. But yeah, I'd say like the only like nitpick I have about that scene is Summers telling Killingham, to shut up when he was running around in circles. That was not in the manga. And honestly, I feel like it goes against a character trait from Summers, which is he will constantly listen and respect Killingham. So I felt that was, unwarranted. But other than that, great stuff there at the end. Like, they really went, like, harder than I thought they would go with the summoning animation. But yeah, it's not about last episode, but I just think it's interesting that it seems like the reason that different people have different interpretations of the sun god Nika is because, well, the Harley is so old that, the language that it was written in, it cannot be translated fully. But also just, depending on who you are, you will side with the interpretation that you prefer the most. And for Loki, that is, the destruction side of things. And for, like, a lot of Elbaf is, like, the warrior of liberation. So that's cool. And I'm just curious, what the actual reality will be. So let's get into this episode. I'm at 1 minute and 59 seconds. Repeat, 1 minute and 59 seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. It's happening this episode? They're taking the injured giants. I really want to see Nami interact with Loki because of her friendship with Lola. And specifically bring her up to him. I like Frankie with the beard. Hmm. Oh, I'd kind of forgotten about this. No, he's drunk. That's just she's covering for them now. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that was crazy from Usopp. Yo. Okay, Brooke. Oh, is Brooke too? Mm. Oh, that's really sweet from Nami. Oh, is that colon? No, no, you cannot drink that. Yeah. Hmm. I forgot she was the doctor. Why is he acting suspicious? Oh, because he doesn't want to tell her that they went to get the key. I hate to agree with Rodo, but Angry Gerd is really cool. And Rodo's kind of big in comparison to Gerd. I never really took much attention to that. Oh? Damn. That's valid, though. Considering what he did with the Straw Hats, he could be hiding something that he himself did really bad, so fair enough. Oh, I recognize her. That's Ronja. I think that's how her name could be pronounced. Oh. Oh, I like that. The flashes of the Holy Knights. Showing that, you know, they're already gonna start acting to kidnap the kids. As they're still playing. I wonder if they're gonna add something original, like seeing them actually put them to sleep. Specifically killing him. Okay. Oh, they're here. Right. Yeah. Oh. Yo, he's so wrong for this. Loki! You did not need to do that to come to that conclusion. What the hell, Zoro? You are, right now. Even Luffy is saying, like, I don't want to eat them. Hmm. Yo, Zoro is really out of it right now. Oh, they've been caught. Oh, Sanji. Uh, they're fine. Yeah, they already unlocked 3 lamps of him. Oh, he's gonna stand up? Just to Aura form, by the way. Look at the animation. Just for him doing this. Love that. That's my guy right there, Loki! I'm telling you, he just wanted to aura farm for a few seconds. Or a minute. Yo, okay. Look at the camera there. I always love a dynamic camera. How about he doesn't? Loki has never done anything wrong. I support him in anything he does. I love him so much. But yeah, I have some things to say about Zoro here.楽風に乗っかって間違った空想を急性入って運命の裂け目に出しから誰もがそうやって命がけの現実を重ねているんだだが暇のないほど騒がしがしたが来るその未来はほら俺のもんだよOkay. Ooh, no preview. So yeah, not really a lot to say about the first half of the episode, other than that that scene with Nami looking at Usopp and being like, he's being a little annoying right now, but it's his dream, so I've never seen him so happy. And then a little build up to the Holy Knights about to start kidnapping the children. I do wish we got a little bit more of that, but maybe next episode. So okay, Luffy and Loki. So okay, here. Luffy's like, oh my god, this giant is dying, we have to help him. And Zoro responds with, I'm telling you, I have no obligation to do that. I've never even spoken to him, and all I hear are bad things about him. Now, I get it, right? Wanting for Loki to wake up so you can actually talk to him and make the decision then. But, you know, there's definitely a better way to go about it. Like, I feel like Zoro feels like he has to be this aggressive in order for Luffy to hear him. But I disagree. I think if Zoro's approach was less violent in regards to proving that Loki was truly injured and just showing the minimum amount of sympathy, would go a long way. Yeah, you know, like, I get that side of it, of like, we cannot just fully free him just because you want to hear about Shanks. We gotta think about this more logically, and we gotta think about the negative consequences that could happen if we do this and we're wrong about him. Or rather, Luffy is. All I know is if this horse-sized giant starts rampaging, even Elbaf will surely be in danger. And then he asks, don't you care what happens to this country? I feel like that's a bit of a, you know, like, yeah, of course Luffy cares. But Zoro is giving him, I'd say, too much tough love in order to try and make him listen to him. To try and use exaggeration. And Luffy starts trying to like give him a response, but that's when Zoro gets impatient and just kicks an injured Loki. Very injured Loki. And Luffy is upset. He's like, what are you doing, Zoro? He did not have to do this. I'm sorry. Like Zoro feels overly harsh in this scene to me. Than I'd say ever before in regards to Luffy wanting to help a possible ally. And Zoro just shutting that down. You know, and just, you know, not trusting Luffy's gut. But yeah, he goes, oh, I guess both his wounds and blood are real. Like, you couldn't have just taken blood that was already there? And straight up, I feel like Zoro is just taking out his own stress on Loki at this point. But yeah, once he does that, he, you know, he tells Luffy to give him the key, so he does. And Luffy's like, oh my god, he died! And Zoro, instead of being like, oh shit, I probably shouldn't have done that, Or like, you know, I guess we do need to do something about it. He's just like, if he's dead, then that was his destiny? Like, damn, Zoro? You can't spare 1 ounce of compassion for the guy that Luffy's trying to save? And, you know, I do believe that this is all coming from Zoro's anxiety of, like, you know, wanting to protect Luffy and wanting to protect the crew. He, you know, he's very much in a mode of, like, I'll hurt someone before they hurt us. Because, you know, being the protector of the crew, the fighter of the crew, is very much a big part of his identity. And, you know, recently, in recent arcs, he's been having difficulty trying not to feel like a burden. You know, feeling like he's enough. Even with the difficulty that he has finishing his fights. So, yeah, that's, you know, it's all really, you know, like, he's like, I don't know what analogy to make, but like, you know, he's basically boiling. And, you know, all of that is just stewing all inside him. And at some point, he's gonna explode. And it's not gonna be pretty if he doesn't do it in a healthy way. So, I feel like these are all warning signs. And then we have Luffy being like, okay, so I guess he also needs some meat to be able to heal up as well. And Zoro says, like, just, you know, there's plenty of meat over there, where all of Loki's injured animal friends are. And Luffy, you know, he's aghast once again, being like, don't ever say that again. Luffy, the character that every time he sees, or most of the time that he sees, just a random sea creature or, you know, wild animal, he's like, oh my god, Sanji, go and cook it, I want to eat it. Now it's like, they're my friends, you don't cook friends. And Zoro doubles down even after he's seen that Luffy got upset over that. I don't know why he decides to double down. Because, you know, Zoro, he's always been the type to be like, okay, if something is important to Luffy, then it's important to me. But for some reason in this instant, he's just way too blinded by practicality over sentimentality. And he's just like, meat is meat, like, I don't get it. And Luffy, like, you know, very passionately says, you don't eat animals you bonded with. And finally, Zoro backs off with that, and he's like, alright, sorry, my bad. Apologizes twice, which I really appreciate. You know, feels like he genuinely recognized that he was going too far with his attitude there. Though I'm not sure if he, you know, fully realized what made Luffy so angry there. Yeah, like I said, Zoro is just, he's being very stubborn. about things have to be done specifically this way. And if it means that I have to be cruel in order to protect us, then so be it. And that's kind of sad. So I'm really hoping we get some payoff in this arc from all this Zoro characterization. But yeah, I think that's all I want to say about this episode, or what happens in it. So I think I'm gonna leave this here. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. Till next time, see ya.